Are you ready for Whiz Quiz? We've got Ben Brook and Tabs. And only one team will make it to the finals. And the audience is in for another treat. Right now in the Pizza Snob Kitchen, culinary students from O.D. Wyatt High School are whipping up a treat for them. Plus, here to entertain us between the rounds, the Southwest High School Jazz Band. Give us a wave, guys. All right. It's all about learning. Am I right, teams? Am I right? Yeah! All right, then let's go.
Are you guys ready to win? Yeah! Well, let's play then. Take it away, Jeff.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, contestants, it's time for Whiz Quiz.
McLean.
Oh, Graham.
Correct. All right, way to go, guys. The end of round 4.
Welcome to the Fort Worth ISD Whiz Quiz. Get this. This is the 40th year of Whiz Quiz in our district. That's something to applaud. I'm Jacob Wells, your host for tonight's high school matches. First up, we have Ben Brook and Tabs. They're in their seats and ready. Also ready, CBS 11 meteorologist Jeff Jameson. He's going to be asking all the questions. Jeff, can you take us to round 1?
All right, I sure will. Thank you, Jacob, and welcome everybody to the 40th year for Whiz Quiz. Really excited to be here. I am a meteorologist at Channel 11, but I was also, in my previous life, a high schooler at Western Hills here at Fort Worth ISD, and I've always enjoyed coming back and being able to be a part of Whiz Quiz. And I was on a Whiz Quiz team at Western Hills, but I really enjoy this part better than answering the questions. They're really tough, but I know you guys are so smart and worked so hard to be here tonight. I want to introduce everyone at the table with me tonight. So to my left is David Sines. He's the district's Executive Director of College and Career Readiness, and he's serving as our arbitrator tonight. And then to his left is Norma Burks, the District Coordinator of UIL and Academic Activities, and also our Whiz Quiz Director for the district. To my right is Jason Martinez, instructor at Carter Riverside High School, and Jason's going to be helping us out with timekeeping. And then right in front of us here on the panel is Allison Tavera, who's a student at Fort Worth ISD, and she's going to help us out by resetting the buzzers tonight after everyone chimes in. So thank you, Allison, for being here. And this is an exciting night for Benbrook Middle High and Texas Academy of Biomedical Sciences. We'll start over here with Benbrook, and if you kind of start in the end and go forward, we'll introduce yourselves and hear from who we have playing tonight.
Luke Rodman.
I'm Alejandra Arevalo.
Logan Rogers. Connor McAdam.
Alexstasia Mumford.
Kevin Funes.
Howard Albertado.
Harrison Hall.
All right, well, good luck to each and every one of you. We'll start with our round 1, which is a toss-up round, and each question is worth 10 points. 4 seconds to answer, but 20 seconds for math questions. Is everybody ready to go? All right, here we go with our first question. What metal is obtained from the ores rutile and ilmenite? Is commonly used to produce lightweight aerospace products and Benbrook?
Aluminum.
No. And has the atomic symbol Ti. Tabs.
Titanium.
Correct. Christopher Jones captained what ship that spent the winter of 1621 off Cape Cod and brought pilgrims who wrote Benbrook?
Mayflower.
Correct. All right, next, pencil and paper ready for this one. What is the area of an annulus whose outer radius is 13 and whose inner radius is 8? Benbrook.
105 pi square units.
No.
Time?
Well, okay, so I'm understanding we will take 105 pi. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to buzz.
Okay.
That's the right answer.
So we'll reset the buzzers and get ready for next question. Lufthansa, which is headquarters headquartered in Cologne, is what country's national airline? Vinbrook?
France.
No. Tabs?
Germany.
Correct. What author depicted in a post-apocalyptic world in The Road and created the killer Anton Chigurh in No Country for Old Men? Tabs?
Livingston?
No. Benbrook?
Huxley.
No, looking for Cormac McCarthy. All right, next. What fish's species includes skipjack, bluefin, and albacore? Tabs?
Tuna?
Correct. Li Shizong occupied Beijing for several weeks and brought about the fall of what Chinese dynasty? Tabs?
Yuan.
No. Which collapsed in 1644.
Time.
The Ming Dynasty. Ming Dynasty. Reading Terminal Market is in what city where Pat's and Geno's compete to sell cheesesteaks?
Philadelphia.
Correct. All right, next question. Geert Wilders' party made gains in a March 2017 election in what country?
The Netherlands.
Correct. What word is used for a triangle in which all three sides are of different lengths? Membra.
Scalene.
Correct. What country, whose imperial courts manners are detailed in the Pillow Book, is the setting of a novel about a concubine's son, The Tale of Jinji? Tabs.
Ottoman.
No. Pembroke?
Persia.
No, looking for Japan. Japan. All right, next question. Paper and pencil ready for this one. If x is 25% of y, then y is what percent of x? Tabs.
400%.
Correct. Next question. What actor portrayed the mad Colonel Kurtz in Apocalypse Now and mob boss Vito Corleone in The Godfather? Binbrook.
Brando.
Correct. What character watches his former self at a party given by Mr. Fezziwig and encounters the ghost of Jacob Marley? Binbrook. Yes, that is correct. Ebenezer Scrooge. All right. What national park, which surrounds the Havasupai Reservation and is north of Flagstaff, is named for a feature cut by the Colorado River? Benbrook.
Grand Canyon.
Correct. Next question. What material, first mass-produced in the Bessemer process, is an alloy of carbon? Benbrook.
Steel.
Correct. What French king, who attacked the Spanish Netherlands in the War of Devolution and suppressed the Fronde Rebellion, built the Palace of Versailles? Tabs.
Louis XIV.
That is correct. All right, next. Britain was represented at the 1878 Congress of Berlin by what conservative prime minister of Jewish descent who was a rival of William Gladstone? Tabs.
Winston Churchill?
No. Binbrook?
Disraeli.
Correct, Disraeli. All right, next question. What religion, whose members named the town of Nauvoo, Illinois in 1840, is currently Binbrook?
The Mormons.
Correct. And our last question in this round, what book in which Tree Gap resident Winnie Foster meets a family whose drinking from a spring gave them immortality is by Natalie Babbitt? Binbrook?
The Fountain of Youth.
No?
Time.
Looking for Tuck Everlasting. And that is the end of round number 1. Good job, guys. Take a little breath, and we'll come back with round number 2 in just a bit. Let's go back up to Jacob.
Thanks, Jeff. And by the way, this live production is brought to you by students. We're in the Advanced Media program at Southwest High School. It's a Gold Seal program of choice. And in our breaks tonight, we're highlighting other Gold Seal programs. Take a look, and I'll see you in a few.
And now we're going to see what classes are going to help us prepare for those college classes in high school. Megan, what did you pick?
For students who wanted academic focus but may not have chosen a college major, keep your options open in an academic program of choice. At the Collegiate Academy at Dunbar, get a start on college at the same time you take on high school. Earn up to 60 college credits, some of them from classes you'll take at Texas Wesleyan University. At Trimble Tech's Advanced Applied Learning Program,
You're on the right track.
excel in a high-energy, project-based learning environment that's all about collaboration, creative thinking, and building leadership skills for college. Or choose Western Hills Cougar Academy, featuring International Baccalaureate.
I'm going to show you today.
Benefit from small classes that fit your abilities, see yourself grow academically and socially,
There you go.
and earn
Now
college
register
credit
your
through
device.
IB, AP, and dual credit courses.
And that's going to give you the educational tool.
Fort Worth ISD's Gold Seal academic programs are Dunbar Collegiate Academy at Dunbar High School, Trimble Tech Advanced Applied Learning Program, and Western Hills Cougar Academy featuring International Baccalaureate.
Just find the one that really speaks to you first, put that belief down.
Learn more at fwisd.org/choice or call 817-814-2580. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all our social media.
Remember how we did last time? We had the drawings and you had to put up the words?
A great teacher changes everything.
You're learning the syllabus.
You can be one too, inspiring young minds and experiencing the many rewards of teaching.
One little L and then 2 little L's.
Just find your place in Fort Worth ISD's Teaching and Education Gold Seal program of choice.
Start reading the story again.
Work alongside experienced educators and one-on-one with children to develop head-of-the-class skills. Seize opportunities to intern in the community, earn certifications and college credit. Follow your path to a fulfilling career in teaching and education at Polytechnic Teaching and Learning.
When you get to this one, you're going to put 2 little L's.
Learn more at fwisd.org/choice or call 817-814-2580. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all our social media.
I'm really strict. Last night, the regular toss-up and the chemistry thing.
That was the award-winning Southwest High School Jazz Band led by director Adam Kramer. Let's give him a hand. Welcome back to Whiz Quiz, the sport of knowledge. Our teams are all ready for round 2, so take it away, Jeff.
Okay, thanks, Jacob, very much. Here we go with round number 2. I'm going to pause and give the score real quick. We have 110-50 in favor of Benbrook right now. And we'll get into round 2 in just a minute. I do want to give the new players that have joined the panel to give a chance to introduce themselves. So we'll start once again over here with Benbrook.
Bryce Raspberry.
Raina Smith.
Germanado.
All right, well, thank you guys. And we are starting round two, which is again a toss-up round, but then bonus questions can also add an additional 40 points. So is everybody ready for round two? All right, well, let's get started. First question. What drug cartel, named for a state in northwestern Mexico, was once headed by El Chapo? Benbrook?
The Tijuana.
No. Tabs?
Las Zetas.
Nope, looking for the Sinaloa cartel. All right, next question. What politician who in 1830 conducted a debate with Robert Hayne of South Carolina represented 2 New England states in Congress?
Time.
Daniel Webster. All right, next. What singing range is used for the roles of Radames and Aida, Don Jose and Carmen, and Rodolfo in La Boheme, and is the male vocal range above baritone? Benbrook.
Tenor.
That is correct. So Benbrook will go to bonus questions for you. Who's the team captain? Okay, so we'll be hearing from you. Here's the first bonus question. What explorer who wrote a book called The Account about his travels in what is now the U.S. Southwest has a name that translates to head of cow?
Cabeza de Vaca.
Correct. What man who led U.S. forces at the Battle of Thames and won the Battle of Tippecanoe became president in 1841 but died 31 days later?
William Henry Harrison.
Correct. Henry Clay and John Quincy Adams helped to negotiate what treaty which ended the War of 1812?
Ghent.
Correct. What Utah resident and current President pro tem of the U.S. Senate is the longest-serving Republican in Senate history?
McCain.
No. And so, Tabs, you get a chance for that question. What Utah resident and current President pro tem of the U.S. Senate is the longest-serving Republican in Senate history?
Smith.
No, looking for Orrin Hatch. Okay? All right, we'll go back to our toss-ups. Our next question in our toss-up round, what quantity whose dot product with angular velocity equals power is the rate of change of angular momentum and the rotational analog? Benbrook?
Angular impulse.
No? Tabs?
Angular acceleration.
No, we're looking for torque. Torque. All right, next toss-up is a computation, so pencil and paper ready for this one. What is the length of each edge of a cube whose volume is 343? Benbrook?
7.
That is correct. So we'll go back to bonus questions for Benbrook. Here is your first bonus question. What island, whose purchase was advocated in the 1854 Austin Manifesto, was the site in 1898 of the explosion of the USS Maine in Havana's harbor?
Cuba.
Correct. Next, what country, whose major Caribbean ports are Barranquilla and Cartagena, shares the inhospitable Darien Gap with its northern neighbor Panama?
Colombia.
Correct. Next bonus question. What empire initiated reforms known as the Tanzimat under Sultan Abdulmajid I and allied with France and the UK during the Crimean War?
Ottoman Empire.
Correct. And our next bonus question. The city of Laayoune is found in what territory west of Mauritania, which is claimed by Morocco?
West Sahara.
All right, we'll take that. Yes, Western Sahara. All right, good job with those bonus questions, Benbrook. Let's go back to our toss-up questions. So both teams can ring in here. This is our next question. Bell Labs employee Dennis Ritchie developed what imperative programming language, an object-oriented extension of which appends ++ to its name? Benbrook.
C.
Correct. All right, now we go back to bonus questions for Benbrook. Here's your first bonus question. Cows can be fed seaweed to reduce production of what greenhouse gas that with carbon dioxide is a primary component of biogas and has the formula CH4?
Methane.
Correct. Rickets is caused by a deficiency of the vitamin known by what letter?
B.
No? So Tabs, you get a chance at this. Rickets is caused by a deficiency of the vitamin known by what letter?
C.
No, we're looking for D, vitamin D. All right, let's go back to our toss-up questions now. What novel by Kurt Vonnegut depicts Felix Honecker's discovery of a form of water known as ice-9? Benbrook.
Slaughterhouse-Five.
No? Time. Looking for Cat's Cradle. All right, next question. What object orbited by Charon was reduced to dwarf planet status in 2006? Tabs.
Pluto.
Correct. All right, Tabs, you get a chance here at the bonus questions. Here is your first one. What detective appears in A Scandal in Bohemia and the 5 Orange Pips?
Sherlock Holmes.
Correct. What British author who published a dictionary of the English language in 1755 was the subject of a biography written by his friend James Boswell?
Webster.
No, that is not correct. We get a chance over here at Benbrook. What British author who published a dictionary of the English language in 1755 was the subject of a biography written by his friend James Boswell?
Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
No, looking for Samuel Johnson. All right, and that is the end of round number 2. Good job, guys. We'll come back in a minute with our lightning round 3 in just a bit. Let's go back up to Jacob.
Thanks, Jeff. A lot of food for thought there. And speaking of food, future chefs from ODY High School are preparing something special for the audience. They're working their magic in the Pizza Snob kitchen right now. And that calls for a big thank you to our new partner, Pizza Snob. They're supplying all of the ingredients. Let's take a short break, and we'll be back for more Whiz Quiz.
Allison, you can stay, or you...
So are you saying it has no limits anywhere?
Begin now, charting a direct course to your chosen college or university, and pick up college credits along the way.
We're going to be doing a lab on species diversity.
Fort Worth ISD's Advanced Academic Scholars Academies challenge students to dig deep in pre-AP, AP, and dual credit courses.
You're going to have to find the Delta Y.
This gold seal choice translates perfectly for high-achieving college-bound students, rewarding them not only with college hours, but also new worlds to explore and strong leadership and communication skills.
What are you testing for? I'm testing for fall.
You'll find Advanced Academic Scholars Academies at these Fort Worth ISD high schools: Arlington Heights, Heights Academy; Northside, Scholars Academy; and Pasco, Advanced Accelerated Academy.
Does somebody know how to do good knots? Welcome to College Level Physics, right?
Learn more at fwisd.org/choice or call 817-814-2580. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all our social media.
Thank you, band. And now, more Whiz Quiz. Jeff?
Thank you, Jacob. Here we go with round number 3. Before we get there, let me tell you the score. It's 220 to 70 in favor of Benbrook right now. Before we get into round 3, I know there are a few substitutions, so if you're new up on the panel for both teams, we'll start over here and introduce yourself.
Alistair Harding. Jacob Parker.
Hallie Schaefer.
Okay, thank you guys. So let's start round 3, which is our lightning round. 10 questions in each category, and they're each worth 10 points. You have 60 seconds in each category, and the team that is behind will get to pick first. So tabs, listen to the categories we have. Smaller things, Emily Dickinson, albums of the year, and ALB words. What's your pleasure?
That's my order. What do you want?
Big decision. Smaller things, the category. And you're going to be team captain? Okay. All right, answer the following about smaller or smallest things. Here we go. The smallest blood vessels in humans.
Capillaries.
Correct. The smallest alkene.
We couldn't hear you.
The smallest alkene.
Pass.
Moore's law requires that these devices get smaller so more can fit on a chip.
Circuit.
No. SI prefix for 10 to the minus 9th hour.
Nano.
Correct. Individual particles of light.
Photons.
Correct. The smallest perfect number.
One.
No. Thermesto and Carpo are among the smaller of this planet's 69 moons.
Jupiter.
Correct.
Time.
Okay. So we'll give Benbrook the opportunity. There were 3 questions missed by tabs. Benbrook, the smallest alkene.
Methane.
No, looking for ethene. Moore's law requires that these devices get smaller so more can fit on a chip.
Transistor.
Correct. And the smallest perfect number.
2.
The answer is 6. 6. Okay. Benbrook, you get the choice of the remaining 3. Emily Dickinson, albums of the year, or ALB words.
We'll choose ALB words.
Okay. Give these words that begin with the letters A, L, B. Here we go. Technical name for egg white.
Albumin.
Correct. Large seabird killed in the Rime of the Ancient Mariner.
Cross.
Correct. Husband of Queen Victoria.
Albert.
Correct. Capital of New York State.
Albany.
Right. Archaic term for Great Britain mentioned in the name of West Bromwich's football team.
Pass.
Country once ruled by King Zog that is led from Tirana.
Albania.
Correct. NL MVP for the St. Louis Cardinals in 2008 and 2009.
Albert Pujols.
Correct. New Mexico City, where TV's Breaking Bad is largely set.
Albuquerque.
Correct. The proportion of radiation reflected by a surface, such as that of a planet.
Pass.
Time. Okay. 2 questions that you have an opportunity to get here, tabs. Archaic term for Great Britain mentioned in the name of West Bromwich football team.
Pass.
Albion. And the other question, I'm missing, here. The proportion of radiation reflected by a surface such as that of a planet.
Pass.
Time. Albedo. All right. So we'll go back to tabs for the other two categories, Emily Dickinson and Albums of the Year. Albums of the Year. All right, in this category, what band or singer won a Grammy for Album of the Year? Here we go. 1989.
Pass.
21.
Taylor Swift.
No. How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb and the Joshua Tree.
Pass category.
Okay. So we'll give those three for Benbrook Middle High. What band, I'm sorry, the album 1989.
Smashing Pumpkins.
Nope, Taylor Swift. 21.
Adele.
Correct. How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb and the Joshua Tree.
Led Zeppelin.
No, U2. U2. Okay. So, Benbrook, you get the last category here, which is Emily Dickinson. You guys will supply the missing words from these lines of Emily Dickinson's poetry. Because I could not stop for blank.
Because nothing.
No. I heard a blank buzz when I died.
Fly.
Correct. My life had stood a loaded blank.
Gun.
Correct. Much blank is divinest sense to a discerning eye.
Beauty.
No. Blank is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul.
I think death.
No. There's a certain slant of blank winter afternoons.
Pass category.
Okay. So there's four here that tabs you have an opportunity. Because I could not stop for blank.
Love.
No, death. Much blank in divinest sense to a discerning eye.
Time.
Madness. Blank is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul.
What? Grief.
Hope. There's a certain slant of blank winter afternoons.
Snow.
No, light. All right, that is the end of round 3. Good job, guys. We'll come back for round 4, our final round, in just a few minutes. Let's go back up to Jacob.
Thanks, Jeff. A lot of quick thinking there. Now we're going to put some of our audience on the spot. My friend Shammer is lining up volunteers to play Are You Smarter Than a Whiz Quizzer? Sham, any brave volunteers over there?
Well, I think I might just found me one. What's your name?
My name is Ella.
Hi, Ella. Who are you here to support today?
Tabs.
All right. Do you think you're ready to play Are You Smarter Than a Whiz Quizzer? All right. Let's see. What is the largest city in New Mexico?
Albuquerque.
Let's see. Oh, you got it right. For participating, you get this goodie bag, and it's filled with all types of Forward Thighs D products. It's even got a selfie stick. Well, thanks for participating. All right. Hi, what is your name?
Anissa.
Hi, Anissa. Are you ready to play Are You Smarter Than a Whiz Quizzer?
Yes.
All right, I guess we'll find out. Superstar singer Prince died unexpectedly in 2016. What first name was he given at birth?
Prince.
Let's see. Correct. You get a goodie bag, and thanks for participating.
Thank you.
All right. Our next contestant. Hi, what is your name?
Stacy.
Hi, Stacy. Who are you here to support tonight?
Arlington Heights High School.
Oh, well. All right, let's see what our question is for you. This compound word refers to the cost of running a company. What is this word that also describes the location of the ceiling relative to a person standing in the room?
Headroom?
Let's take a look.
Overhead.
Yeah, it's overhead.
Overhead.
Yeah, it was almost right. But for participating, you also get a goodie bag.
Thank you.
And let's give all of our brave contestants a round of applause. Back to you, Jacob.
Thank you, Sham, and thank you, contestants. Those questions were really hard anyways. Well, that'll take us to round 4. Jeff, it's all yours.
Okay, thank you, Jacob. Let's pause here and tell everybody the score. 330 to 110 in favor of Benbrook. And I know that before we start round 4, at least a few of you guys are new. We'll start over here with Benbrook and introduce yourself.
Ryan.
Okay.
Monty Martin.
All right.
Gary Nunez.
Okay. Welcome. And is everybody ready to start round 4? This is, again, a toss-up round. Each question, though, now is worth 20 points. Is everyone ready? Yep. All right, here we go. The 1889 failure of the South Fork Dam led to a flood that killed over 2,000 people in what Pennsylvania steel town? Benbrook.
Pittsburgh.
No? Tabs?
Philadelphia.
Nope, looking for Johnstown, the Johnstown flood. Our next question. What 19th century piano virtuoso wrote the Transcendental Etudes and the Hungarian Rhapsodies? Tabs?
Mozart.
No? Benbrook?
Chopin.
No, looking for Frank Liszt. All right, next. The Lorentz attractor displays what dynamic behavior that features extreme sensitivity to initial conditions as seen in the butterfly effect? Tabs.
Chaos theory.
Correct. All right, next. Dante inspired what marble sculpture of a pensive man by Auguste Rodin? Benbrook.
The Thinker.
Correct. What country, home to the headquarters of Grameen Bank, was once known as East Pakistan? Benbrook.
Bangladesh.
Correct. What author who declared, "I fear no fate" in his poem, "I Carry Your Heart With Me," often eschewed standard grammar and punctuation in his poems? Tabs.
Edgar Allan Poe.
No. Benbrook?
Lewis Carroll.
No. E. Cummings. All right, next question. What constant equal to about 1.38 times 10 to the minus 23 joules per Kelvin is often symbolized as K sub B? Benbrook.
Boltzmann's constant.
Correct. In Norse mythology, Odin was given information by Hugin and Munin, who were two of what kind of bird? Tabs.
Ravens.
Correct. Catholic last rites include what sacrament, which involves placing plant oil on a person's skin and is typically performed on someone close to death?
Time.
Looking for anointing, the anointing of the sick. What city, led by Mayor Karen Weaver, was placed under a federal state of emergency in January 2016? Tabs.
Baltimore.
No. Due to a high levels of lead in its drinking water. Benbrook.
Flint.
Correct. What user of the slogan "In the name of the people" leads the National Front and lost to Emmanuel Macron? Tabs.
Le Pen.
Correct. Next. What scientist who, with Max Born, proposed a namesake quantum physics approximation headed to the Los Alamos laboratory during the Manhattan Project? Tabs.
Oppenheimer.
Correct. What organizer of the Congress of Vienna served as Chancellor of Austria until he was forced to resign during the revolutions of 1848?
Chancellor of Austria.
Time. Looking for Clemens Metternich. All right, next question. What artist, whose subjects include Rouen Cathedral and water lilies, painted Impression Sunrise? Tabs.
Monet.
Correct. What river, which flows 46 miles from Lake Ladoga to the Gulf of Finland, passes through the city of St. Petersburg in Russia? Binbrook.
The Volga?
No? Time. Looking for the Neva River. What cabinet department, headquartered in the Robert C. Weaver's Federal Building, is currently led by Ben Carson and Ames Benbrook?
Department of Housing and Urban Development?
Correct. Next question. What group of 17th century English poets, which included Robert Herrick, was named after supporters of Charles I in the English Civil War? Time. The Cavalier poets. Right, next. A French and a British physicist named what notoriously difficult to solve set of equations describing the motion of viscous fluids? Benbrook.
Bernoulli's equations?
No. Time. The Navier-Stokes equations. All right, next. During the Klondike Gold Rush, Sam Steele was a member of what group established in 1873 by John A. MacDonald as a police force in Canada? Benbrook.
The Mounties?
Correct. All right, next question. To what kind of architectural feature is the saint bound in Andrea Montaglia's The Martyrdom of Saint Sebastian? Benbrook.
A flying buttress?
No. Time. A column. And that is the end of round 4. Congratulations, guys. We will let everybody know how this all turned out in just a bit. Let's go back to Jacob.
Thank you, Jeff. And when we come back, we'll find out who's going to the finals. But first, one more peek in the Pizza Snob kitchen where they're dishing up some great treats. So don't go away.
If you're a techie with a creative side, make your move to a Gold Seal Technology and Communications program of choice. It's just the place to gain tools, training, and experience in your field of interest.
You got it all.
Master the basics of graphic design and website building. Dive into the world of gaming and animation toward a career that can take you virtually anywhere.
The image and trim.
You'll train with teachers who challenge you as they guide you through hardware assembly, maintenance, and networking. All careers within your reach through these Gold Seal programs. Carter Riverside, Information Technology, and South Hills, Digital Graphics and Gaming.
Jet, eye control.
Learn more at fwisd.org/choice or call 817-814-2580. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all our social media.
Three different poems, hence the three groups. You will all have a different poem. I've had a really good experience at Fort Worth ISD. So what is our rhyme scheme? A, B, B. It's been really amazing and really fun. You got it! Perfect! A little overwhelming for sure, but there's been a lot of support, so I've been enjoying it so far.
All right, how many stanzas does this have?
I've gotten a lot of help from my new teacher induction specialist, Rebecca. She's been able to help me break down lesson planning and the objectives with the TEKS, and I was able to learn more ideas that I didn't know existed because this is a new career for me. Ah, good job, Katie. Before this, I worked in college admissions. I was a college admissions counselor. So actually, I've seen firsthand, I know that when students don't have the grades that they need to get admitted to their dream school right away, it's usually because 9th and 10th grade, they messed around a little bit. So now with my sophomores, I'm trying really hard to just keep them on track.
Look for repetition, look for phrases that repeat
If you have the right personality and you're in it for the right reasons, that you can impact not just the students but the generations to come after that. That's what's most important.
You can do this.
And then you'll just be able to get the help and the support that you need along the way.
We have the winners of our first semifinal matchup, and that'll be presented by Jeff Jameson and David Sines.
Thank you, Jacob, very much. Yeah, it was a really good match. Congratulations to both teams. A lot of hard work here and a lot of time spent and a lot of encouragement by your friends and family there in the crowd. The final score, 450 to 210 in favor of Benbrook. So congratulations, Benbrook Middle High. I'm going to hand it over to David Sines for the presentation.
Very good. Benbrook, we'll see you in a few minutes. Tabs, great work. We hope to see you back next year. Here's a little token for your hard work. Congratulations. And back to our host.
Congratulations. And as promised, straight from the Pizza Snob kitchen, trays and trays of goodies thanks to Gold Seal culinary students at O.D. Wyatt. So what are we diving into? O.D. Wyatt culinary instructor, Chef Alfred Ramirez, is going to tell us. So, exactly what am I being served here?
This is a chocolate caramel delight with pecans and a whipped cream that we made from scratch. Everything we do from O.D. Wyatt is from scratch.
That is incredible. And what are some of the other items that you're serving today?
Today we're going to also have a deconstructed shrimp cocktail, but it's actually with fresh tilapia. We mixed it with some chicken and some steak. So.
Awesome.
And for a treat.
And what are some of the skills that are going into making these?
It is a lot of knife skills, a lot of time, temperature, safety, because we don't want anybody to get sick, of course.
Of course not, yeah.
Yes.
Well, thank you again for joining us, and thank you to Pizza Snob Restaurants for your generous sponsorship. So we're going to set up for our second semifinal while you sit back and enjoy some great music from the Southwest Jazz Band. And I get to enjoy this. See you in a few.
More than 87,000 students, each one unique. Are you looking for a high school education as individual as you are? Then keep watching. Some notable graduates of Fort Worth ISD are with me in the studio to tell you about Gold Seal programs and schools of choice. The next 3 minutes could change your life.
Gold Seal is all about finding the pathway that matches your interests, your skills, and your goals. Gold Seal categories, where do I start? There's engineering, aviation technology, early college high school, broadcast journalism, culinary arts. Jeff, help me out.
There's health science, world languages, fine arts, government and law, digital gaming, and more. A lot more. Something for everyone.
And something really special with on-the-job, real-world learning, classes taught on college campuses, and opportunities for internships, licenses, certifications, and college credits. Lots of college credits.
A great example, early college high schools. These programs give you the opportunity to graduate with a high school diploma and your associate degree, tuition free.
And you can earn college credits several ways, depending on the program you choose. However you do it, you can potentially save thousands of dollars in college costs.
And if you need to work to pay for college, Gold Seal programs are really golden. Take the Aviation Technology program. Students can earn hours toward their airframe mechanic certification and college credits all at the same time.
Why is this a big deal? Think about it. Wouldn't you rather have a job that pays about $18 an hour instead of $8? You know, I really see the Gold Seal program as a pipeline. I would, though I'm an engineer. But they really are a pipeline to supply companies with a well-prepared workforce.
If you're interested in the engineering pipeline, there are several great Gold Seal programs to choose from. Programs that emphasize advanced academics, especially math and science.
Among them, our new I Am Terrell Academy for STEM and Visual and Performing Arts. That's a learning opportunity at the highest level.
Bottom line, the pathway you choose will engage you, challenge you, and give you a head start on your bright future.
My pathway? Broadcast journalism and media technology. That was me a few years ago, telling you how my Gold Seal program helped me get a great college scholarship. Now I can say that right out of college, I got a great job too. I'm a major market TV news photojournalist.
The district also has 2 outstanding single-gender schools. That's me, going into the Young Women's Leadership Academy as an 8th grader. The support I received from the YMLA staff and students was awesome. Now I'm here at Texas A&M where I'm majoring in political science.
We go to YMLA. That's the Young Men's Leadership Academy.
Oh wow, that was 7th grade. And now we're in high school, still loving YMLA.
And learning all we need for success.
I want to be a pediatric heart surgeon. I remember how excited I was starting out at TAPS, the Texas Academy of Biomedical Sciences. Now I'm living my dream as a college student here at the University of North Texas, majoring in biology and about to apply to grad school.
What's your dream career? What problem do you want to help solve? We've got a Gold Seal program to get you there. It's your choice.
Learn more at fwisd.org/choice or call 817-814-2580. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all our social media.
Heights. Only one will advance to the finals. It's going to be a showdown. So, to make that showdown set to good music, the Southwest High School award-winning jazz band is here. Hey, guys. Alrighty. Everybody learns tonight. So you ready to have some fun? Yeah! Are you ready to have some fun? Yeah! Alright, then let's play some Whiz Quiz.
Are you guys ready to win? Yeah! Well, let's play then. Take it away, Jeff.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, contestants, it's time for Whiz Quiz.
McLean.
Program.
Correct.
All right, way to go, guys. The end of round 4.
Welcome to the Fort Worth ISD Whiz Quiz. I'm Jacob Wells, your host for tonight's high school matches. We just saw Benbrook advance to the finals, so who will join them? Pascal or Arlington Heights? Let's get down to business and find out. We've got CBS 11 meteorologist Jeff Jamison to ask the questions. Jeff, can you take us to round 1?
Yeah, sure can. Thanks, Jacob, very much. Welcome to Whiz Quiz, 40th year. And we had an exciting match number 1. Here we go with semifinal match number 2. I love Whiz Quiz. Was part of it at Western Hills High School whenever I was you guys' ages. And so it's fun to be on this side of it. Let me introduce again the folks at the table, including David Sines, who's to my left. He's the executive director of college and career readiness, and he's our arbitrator tonight. Norma Burks is our scorekeeper, district coordinator of UIL and academic activities, and our Whiz Quiz director. And keeping time for us is Jason Martinez here to my right, who's an instructor at Carter Riverside High School. And we have Allison in front of us here, and she's going to help us out clearing the buzzers, Allison Tavera. So thank you, Allison, for doing that. And again, this is going to be a fun, here in a few minutes, a fun match. Let's introduce everybody here on the dais, and we'll start with Arlington Heights, and just go down the line and introduce yourself.
I'm Aman Patel.
Cohen McCarthy.
Isaac Coe.
Kinley Williams.
Kelly Briggs.
Jason Ginther.
Joseph Reitman.
My name is Jacob Coffey, and my favorite meteorologist is Jeff Jamison.
Hey, that was the right answer. I like that. It's not going to get you any extra points, but I still like it. All right, thanks, guys, very much. This first round is a toss-up round, 10 points each. Everybody ready to play? All right, well, let's get started. Here is our first question. What religious group, banned from inheriting the throne by the Act of Settlement, sought emancipation from British laws favoring Protestants? Pascal.
Catholics.
Correct. J.S. Bach wrote a B minor piece in what liturgical genre of music? Pascal.
Mass.
Correct. Talc is a 1 and diamond is a 10. Arlington Heights.
Mohs scale.
Correct. All right, next one is paper and pencil ready, computation. What is the area of a trapezoid whose bases measure 5 and 9 respectively, and whose height is 7? Pascal.
49.
Correct. All right, next. Dale Shillelagh creates sculptures out of what material that I.M. Pei used, along with metal, for a pyramid at the entrance of the Louvre?
Glass.
Yes, that is correct. All right. What practice was the focus of the Fisher I and Fisher II Supreme Court cases, the latter of which upheld a university's use of race in admissions? Pascal.
Affirmative action.
Correct. Next question. What atmospheric gas is a waste product of photosynthesis? Arlington Heights.
Oxygen.
Correct. All right, next. U.S. Route 93 once ran along the top of what Boulder Canyon landmark that impounds Lake Mead and the Colorado River along Arlington Heights?
Hoover Dam.
Correct. All right, next. What country was home to a mural-making movement led by David Sakharov and Diego Rivera, Arlington Heights?
Mexico.
Correct. Glad you chimed in, so I didn't have to read that. All right, next. What poet the author of Ada Lovelace, died while fighting in the Greek War of Independence after writing She Walks in Beauty and Don Juan? Pascal.
Byron.
Correct. What constellation, whose stars Merak and Dubhe form a line that passes through Polaris, contains the Big Dipper? Pascal.
Ursa Major.
Correct. What founder of the Fifth Republic movement led the Bolivarian Revolution and served as president of Venezuela from 1999 until his death in 2013? Pascal.
Hugo Chavez.
Correct. Next question. What organs whose function aldosterone and ADH modify? Pascal.
Kidneys.
Correct. What Judy Blume character swallows his brother's... Pascal. Say it again? Yes. All right, next. The English horn is a larger variety of what instrument?
Oboe.
That is correct. In the 1840s, both Abel Upshur and John C. Calhoun held what cabinet position, which was held by future President James Buchanan under Pascal?
Secretary of State.
Correct. All right, next. What quantity, which equals the ratio of angular frequency to regular frequency, can be multiplied by a circle's radius to find its circumference? Pascal.
Pi.
No.
Time.
Looking for 2 pi, or 2 times pi. All right, next. What body-hugging synthetic fabric is sold under the trade name Lycra? Pascal.
Bandex.
Correct. French fries partially comprise the fork, an eating utensil invented by what fast food restaurant whose logo features the golden arches? Arlington Heights. Correct. And our last question. High barriers to entry can create the natural form of what market structure? Once exemplified by Standard Oil, which is Pascal.
Monopoly.
Correct. And that is the end of round number 1. Good job. We'll tally up the scores and come back with round 2 in just a bit. Jacob?
Got it. Thank you, Jeff. That was an amazing round from both of the teams. And we're ready to see our Southwest High School Jazz Band come in and perform the best they can. And this time, Odie Wyatt's going to come back in with dessert. And that's the amazing Southwest High School Jazz Band under the direction of Mr. Adam Kramer. Let's give him a hand. Welcome back to Whiz Quiz, the sport of knowledge. Our teams are all ready for round 2, so take it away, Jeff.
Okay, let's go. Round number 2. Before we get there, we want to update the score 140-50 in favor of Pascal. And I know we have a few new players on each team, so we'll start again over here with Arlington Heights and introduce yourself.
All right, Noah Rodriguez.
Cohen McCarthy again.
Hiding under the glasses.
I'm Matthew Sheffield.
And Matthew.
Alex Oglesby.
Aaron Turner. Grayson Stanley.
Okay. Welcome, new players. Let's start round 2. Again, toss-up questions, 10 points, but bonus questions could add an additional 40 points to your score. So here we go with our first toss-up question in round number 2. In 1969, the Provisionals split away from what militant Irish nationalist group? Pascal.
The IRA.
Correct. And we go to our first series of bonus questions. And who's team captain? Okay. First question. What country installed the puppet government of Manchukuo used in Unit 731 for human experimentation and conducted the rape of Nanking in World War II?
Japan.
Correct. What event, which was led by such men as George Whitefield and Jonathan Edwards, was a period of religious fervor in the U.S. starting in the 1730s?
The Great Awakening.
Correct. What man, during whose presidency the Dorr Rebellion occurred in Rhode Island, was known as His Excellency after he succeeded William Henry Harrison?
Tyler.
Correct. What First Lady, who advocated for the Arthurdale Experimental City for out-of-work miners, also chaired the UN Commission on Human Rights?
Eleanor Roosevelt.
Correct. Congratulations, good job. Go back to our toss-up questions now. Here is our next toss-up question. Which king of Thebes was the father of Ismene and Antigone? Pascal.
Oedipus.
Correct. And now we go back to bonus questions for Pascal. Here's your first bonus question. Northern Tanzania contains what tallest mountain in Africa?
Kilimanjaro.
Correct. Next bonus question for Pascal. What country, led by the fascist Engelbert Dollfuss, was annexed in the Anschluss and once formed a dual monarchy with Hungary?
Austria.
Correct. Karnataka, Kerala, and Goa are states found in the southern part of what Asian country?
Goa? It's got to be China, right? India.
Correct. What country, whose 37 official languages include Quechua, lost its coastline in the War of the Pacific and has 2 capitals?
Bolivia.
Correct. All right. Now we go back to our toss-up questions for both teams. In June 2017, Donald Trump announced he would perform what action which joined the U.S. with Nicaragua and Syria as non-adherents?
Withdraw from the Paris Climate Accords.
Correct. All right. Now back to Pascal for your bonus questions. The first bonus question, what novel in which Emmanuel Goldstein is reviled during the 2 Minutes Hate is set in a state led by Big Brother and was written by George Orwell?
1984.
Correct. What book, whose protagonist is taken from the village Jafura and rejects the name Toby, is by Alex Haley and depicts a slave named Kuta Kinte?
Roots.
Correct. What author, who depicted Harvey Birch in his 1821 novel The Spy, wrote about Chingachgook, Uncas, and Natty Bumbo in The Last of the Mohicans?
Emily Browning.
No, that is incorrect. Give a chance for Arlington Heights. What author, who depicted Harvey Birch in his 1821 novel The Spy, wrote about Chingachgook, Uncas and Natty Bumppo in The Last of the Mohicans?
It's not coming to me. No.
Time. James Fenimore Cooper. That's who we're looking for. All right, back to our toss-up questions. Here's our toss-up. What condition can be treated with TPA what condition can be treated with TPA is sometimes called a cerebral infarction and is Arlington Heights?
Stroke?
Correct, stroke. And so Arlington Heights, you get our bonus questions here. Who's team captain? Okay. What vital sign is usually written as systolic over diastolic?
Blood pressure. Blood pressure.
Correct. Erasmus Bartholin discovered the double form of what process used by lenses that is modeled by Snell's law and involves light bending at interfaces?
Refraction.
Correct. What property, measured by Allred-Rockow scale and maximized by fluorine in the Pauling scale, is the ability of an atom to attract electrons?
Electron affinity. Electron affinity.
No? So we give you a chance, Pascal, for this. What property measured by Allred-Rockow scale and maximized by fluorine in the Pauling scale is the ability of an atom to attract electrons?
Electronegativity?
Correct. And that is the end of round 2. Way to go, guys. Back with our lightning round 3 in just a few more minutes. Let's go back up to Jacob.
Thank you, Jeff. There's a lot more Whiz Quiz ahead right after this short break.
Please come out so we can play with you, oh Mr. Sun. This is my first year teaching. I feel like every day is going to be a new experience. Conejo, conejo. A new challenge. What letter does win? So I'm always trying to find something new to motivate them. What an awesome idea. Let's give her a Six Flags ride. The New Teacher Academy during the summer helped me to learn new strategies. In your level 1 voice, which is a whisper. They bring the teachers together at these events where we share ideas, and I went in there and I felt very welcomed by everyone. I got to interact with new teachers, and they were speaking about their experiences at different schools, and we share ideas on how to deliver the lessons. I would say to a teacher who's considering for the ISD that you can get a lot of support here, and there's a lot of resources. I know I serve a purpose, and it's to have each student learning. Muy bien. And I love whenever it's the end of the day and they're like, Miss Christina, I love coming to your class. I'm like, oh, thank you. I'm like, I love you being here too. Please come out so we can play with.
Lay the foundation for an exciting career and college pathway here at a Fort Worth ISD Architecture and Construction Gold Seal program of choice.
All the openings have double studs.
You'll master the technology to design and draw building plans. You'll learn about project management and even how to use construction tools.
I want to be an electrician when I grow up.
Need more to spark your interest? Learn the science and art of welding. You'll explore various techniques, get creative, and master the latest welding equipment as you prepare for high-skill, high-wage careers.
Slow down a little bit. You're going a little too fast.
Choose from architecture and construction programs at Diamond Hill Jarvis, Architecture Design, and Trimble Technical Welding Fabrication and Metal Art.
just give me some general dimensions here.
Learn more at fwisd.org/choice or call 817-814-2580. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all our social media.
Man, they are amazing. Thank you, band. Okay, Jeff, round 3 time, and it's all yours.
All right, Jacob, thank you. We are here for round number 3. The score right now is 280, 280, and 280 and 80 in favor of Pascal. Before we start round 3, I know we have a few new players again, so we'll start over here with Arlington Heights. And if you're new, introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm Aman Patel.
Okay.
Chris Summers.
Okay.
Dan Hio.
Aiden Koser.
Aiden Farrell.
All right. Well, welcome. And round 3 is kind of our lightning round. So each question worth 10 points. You have 4 categories to choose from. Arlington Heights, you'll get the first choice here. So listen to our categories here. We have pharaohs, soccer clubs, butterflies, and shadows.
Shadows is probably a science category with a little miscellaneous in it. Butterflies is also probably a science category.
What was the first one?
Anatomy. I can do butterflies. No. Sorry. Pharaohs is definitely a history category. I can't do soccer. I can't do soccer. Chris knows the soccer.
Here we go.
You want to leave them as I don't. These 3 feel doable.
What's it going to be, guys?
They're so random. They're so random. I don't know what they're gonna do.
We're going shadows.
Shadows, okay. And are you team captain?
Yes.
Chris? Okay. All right, answer the following about shadows. Here we go. Composer of the operas The Woman Without a Shadow and De Rose Calaverlier.
Hammerstein and Rogers.
No. Timekeeper with a gnomon that cast a shadow onto a plate.
Sundial.
Correct. Rider of the horse Shadowfax in The Lord of the Rings.
Gandalf.
Correct. Holiday on which an animal shadow heralds 6 more weeks of winter.
Groundhog Day.
Correct. Art technique involving light and shadow from the Italian for light dark.
Lux umbra?
No.
Luxumbra.
Shadow cast by the earth on the moon.
What is that called?
Do it.
Eclipse.
More information.
Eclipse.
It's a solar. No, sorry.
No.
Lunar eclipse.
No.
He's the captain.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Yes, lunar eclipse. Band that recorded Cast No Shadow and Wonderwall.
Wonderwall, Oasis.
Correct. Director of the... All right. All right, there are 2 that, Pascal, you can take. Here's the first one. Composer of the operas The Woman Without a Shadow and Der Rosenkavalier.
Wagner.
No, looking for Strauss. Art technique involving light and shadow from the Italian for light dark.
Chiaroscuro.
Correct. Good job. All right. Pascal, you get the choice of the remaining 3. We have pharaohs, butterflies, and soccer clubs.
We'll take soccer clubs, James.
Soccer clubs, all right. All right, from which country do these soccer or football clubs hail? Benfica.
Spain.
No. Borussia Dortmund.
Germany.
Correct. Celtic.
UK. Scotland.
Correct. Olympiacos.
Greece.
Correct. Ajax.
The UK.
No. Juventus.
Italy.
Correct. Dynamo Zagreb.
Zagreb. Croatia.
Correct. Leicester City.
England.
Correct. PSG.
France.
Correct. Rostov.
Russia.
Correct. All right. There's one question here, Arlington Heights. I'm sorry, two. Benfica.
Ukraine.
No, looking for Portugal. And then Ajax.
Ukraine.
No, the Netherlands. Netherlands. All right. Okay, well, let's go to Arlington Heights for choice between pharaohs or butterflies.
Butterflies.
Okay, butterflies. You're going to be answering the following about butterflies. The band that recorded Inagata Davida.
The butterflies.
No. Plant that is the main food source for a monarch butterfly larva.
Milkweed.
Correct. Eric Carle wrote this children's book about a rapacious larva.
The hungry caterpillar.
No. Butterfly enthusiast who wrote Lolita.
Pass.
Country in which the Mirabal sisters, who call themselves the Butterflies, oppose
Dominican
Raphael.
Republic.
Correct. Star of the Butterfly Effect, who played Michael Kelso on TV.
Ashton Kutcher.
Correct. Name for the butterfly's pupal stage.
Pupil stage? It's chrysalis.
Chrysalis.
Correct. Band with the songs Bullet with Butterfly Wings in 1979.
Never heard of this song.
Pass.
Object paired with the butterfly. Okay. So we have, looks like 4 that Pascal can pick up here. The band that recorded Inagata Davida.
U2.
No, Iron Butterfly. Eric Carle wrote this children's book about a rapacious larva.
The very hungry caterpillar.
Correct.
It's not hungry.
Butterfly enthusiast who wrote Lolita.
Time.
Nabokov.
Yeah.
And then band with the songs Bullet with Butterfly Wings in 1979.
Queen.
No, Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh.
No. All right, Pascal, you get our last category, which is pharaohs. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. Answer the following about pharaohs. Pharaohs were credited with controlling this river.
The Nile.
Correct. Moses flees from Pharaoh across the Red Sea in this book of the Bible.
Exodus. Yeah.
Correct. Pharaoh who had children by Julius Caesar and Mark Antony.
Cleopatra.
Correct. Pharaoh buried in the Great Pyramid of Giza.
Ramses II.
No. Advisor to Pharaoh Djoser, who designed the first pyramid.
Ptolemy.
No. Pharaoh who instituted monotheistic worship of Aten.
Nefertiti.
No. Archaeologist who found Tutankhamun's tomb.
Carter.
Correct. 15 pharaohs with this name ruled Egypt after Alexander's conquest.
Ptolemy.
Correct. Wife of Thutmose II, who ruled with her son Thutmose III.
Time.
You.
Did we get that one? Okay.
No.
We'll stop there. So we have 1, 2, 3 that Arlington Heights has a chance at. Pharaoh buried in the Great Pyramid of Giza.
Ramses.
No, either Khufu or Cheops. Advisor to Pharaoh Djoser, who designed the first pyramid.
Time.
Imhotep. Pharaoh who instituted monotheistic worship of Aten.
King Tut.
No.
I do get that last one.
The answer is Akhenaten, or Akhenaten for that one. Akhenaten. Thank you. And did we get the last question that I finished reading and didn't get the answer? Which was, wife of Thutmose II, who ruled with her son Thutmose III.
Only female thing related to pharaohs I know is clear. Only female. She's already an answer.
Time. Hatshepsut. Hatshepsut. Okay. That was a difficult one. All right. We are going to stop there. Round 4 is coming up in just a minute. In the meantime, let's go back up to Jacob.
Excellent job, everyone. We also have an excellent audience, and they're lining up with my friend Shammer to play Are You Smarter Than a Whiz Quizzer? Sham, who's your first contestant?
Hello, I'm here today with
Joey.
And are you ready to play Are You Smarter Than a Whiz Quizzer? All right, let's see your first question. What was the name of this king, who was also known for his ability to turn all he touched into gold? Would you like to ask the audience for help?
Yes, please.
Audience?
Midas.
All right, let's take a look. Correct. Thank you for participating with us, and here is your goodie bag.
I did it.
Hi. You want to join me down here? What's your name?
Dakota.
Dakota, I like that name. Do you like your name?
Yes.
Me too. All right. Are you ready to play Are You Smarter Than a Whiz Quizzer?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's see your question. Name this novel by Bernard Malamud that was later made into a classic baseball film starring Robert Redford, but with a slightly different ending.
The Natural?
Oh, let's take a look. Correct. How did you know that? Well, since you got it right, you get a prize. Thank you for playing. All right, looks like we have 2 players today. Hi, what's you guys' name?
Lucia. And my name's Banana.
Hi, you guys. Are you guys ready to play tonight?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, let's take a look at you guys' question. This device is implanted near the heart to make it beat steadily. Do you think you guys know the answer to that?
Yes.
What is it?
Kitty.
Would you like to ask the audience for help?
Yes.
All right. Audience, would you guys like to give them a hand?
Pacemaker.
All right, let's take a look. Correct. Thank you guys for playing with me tonight. And you guys get goodie bags. Thank you. Thank you again to all the brave contestants that were able to come and play Are You Smarter Than a Whiz Quiz tonight. Jacob, back to you.
Thank you, Sham, and thank you, contestants. Let's be honest here. Those kids answered questions that I could never have answered, and I'm a senior in high school, and they're definitely a lot cuter on camera than me. Well, that'll take us to round 4. So, Jeff, it's all yours.
All right. Thank you, Jacob. Here comes round number 4, and the score is 430 to 170 in favor of Pascal. And round 4 is another toss-up round. Each question now is worth 20 points. Do we have any substitutions, any new players for either side? Go ahead and introduce yourself over here, Arlington Heights.
I'm Adrian Dimmick.
Okay.
I'm Sadie.
Okay.
I'm Julia Gwillem.
All right. Everybody over here has played? Okay. Okay, yeah, and we would ask for everyone sitting behind us here in the audience if you could keep the volume very low and allow for plenty of quietness as we answer these questions. We appreciate that. All right, here we go. Is everyone ready for round 4? And our toss-up question number 1. From 1989 to 2010, what Southeast Asian country held Aung San Suu Kyi? Pascal.
Myanmar.
Correct. Acrosomes are special organelles that develop in what specialized cells that achieve motility with large flagella? Pascal.
Sperm cells.
Correct. In 1919, a ruptured storage tank led to a flood of what sweet stuff? Pascal.
Molasses.
Correct. The phrase, "I am an American, Chicago born," begins what Nobel Prize-winning author's novel, The Adventures of Augie March?
Time.
Sal Bellow. All right, next. What composer built a theater at Bayreuth to stage his own music dramas, which include the King Arthur-inspired operas Lohengrin and Parsifal? Arlington Heights.
Handle.
No? Pascal?
Liszt.
No, looking for Wagner. All right, next. An Alexander McCall Smith novel is named for irregular verbs in what Romance language, the official language of Guinea-Bissau, Angola, and Mozambique? Pascal.
Portuguese.
Correct. Around AD 950, St. Andrew became patron saint of what nation? Pascal.
Scotland.
Correct. What architect, who designed much of the Illinois Institute of Technology, worked with Philip Johnson on the Seagram building? Pascal.
Frank Lloyd Wright.
No? And said, less is more.
Time.
Ludwig Mies. All right, next. What novel, which describes a holiday called the Week of Peace and depicts the suicide of Igbo villager Okonkwo, it was written by Chinua Achebe?
Things
Pascal.
Fall Apart.
Correct. Next question. What kind of radioactive decay generated bombarding particles in the gold foil experiment and drops the mass number by 4 and atomic number by 2? Pascal.
Alpha decay.
That's right. Next question. What battle, which was preceded by the Comte de Grasse's victory at the Battle of the Chesapeake, ended with the 1781 surrender of Charles Cornwallis? Pascal.
Yorktown.
Correct. Palestinian activists protested the installation of metal detectors at what hill in Jerusalem? Pascal.
The Temple Mount.
Correct. Triton and Nereid are moons of which planet? Pascal.
Neptune.
Correct. What Vermont Democrat and former chair of the Arlington Heights? No. Chair of the Judiciary Committee is the most senior U.S. Senate. Pascal. Yes, that's right. What building, which was wrapped by Jean-Claude and Christo in 1995, was severely damaged after a 1933 fire and houses the German Parliament?
Reichstag.
Correct. What New Testament book, written by John of Patmos, depicts 24 elders seated around the throne of God? Pascal.
Revelation.
Correct. In March 2017, do we want to go back to that question? No. So that was incorrect. What New Testament book written by John of Patmos depicts 24 elders seated around the throne of God?
Exodus.
No, looking for Revelation. So the book is Revelation, not Revelations, is what you're saying.
Okay.
All right, next. In March 2017, John Sang lost an election in what city whose newly elected leader, Carrie Lam, was the candidate favored by the Chinese government? Pascal.
Hong Kong.
Correct. The blue glow of nuclear reactors is caused by what radiation emitted when a particle travels faster than the local speed of light in a material? Arlington Heights.
Gamma radiation.
No? Pascal?
Beta decay.
No, we're looking for Cherenkov radiation. All right, next. American Buffalo is a work by what American dramatist who described the shady details of 4 real estate agents in Glengarry Glen Ross? Pascal.
Miller.
No. Time. Looking for David Mamet. And last question. In the epic poem Beowulf, what character, the chief of the Hall Heorot, calls on Beowulf to kill the monster Grendel?
Hrothgar.
Correct. And that is it. That's the end of round 4. And the end of our match. We'll find out the score coming up in just a bit. Before that, though, let's go back up to Jacob.
Thanks, Jeff. When we come back, we'll find out who's going to the finals. You gotta stick around.
In 3, 2,
Do you see yourself as a future news reporter or anchor?
One goal.
How about the director or the technician at the controls?
Camera one.
Then you'll want to check out the Broadcast Journalism and Media Technology program at Southwest High School. Learn how to gather, write, and tell the important stories of the day across multiple platforms, television and online. A partnership with the district's Ed TV department allows students to deliver the news live from a real news studio and on location. You'll build valuable skills behind the camera as well: directing, lighting, audio production, video editing, digital graphics, and more. There are even opportunities to be part of a sports production team, streaming school games just like the pros. If you want a sound introduction to fast-paced and exciting multimedia careers, choose Southwest High School's Broadcast Journalism and Media Technology.
All this and more on AMP Cafe.
Learn more at fwisd.org/choice or call 817-814-2580. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all our social media.
fascinated by aircraft or cars?
Got good tension.
An automotive and aviation technology Gold Seal program of choice will give you a jump on a career that will take you places. Isn't that cool? You'll get real working knowledge of automotive components and systems while discovering the variety of jobs in this growing industry. Earn college credits and graduate prepared for certification and an entry-level automotive job.
What type of landing gear is it?
For aircraft lovers, it's an opportunity like no other. Imagine exploring aviation, aerospace, and flight technology inside a real hangar.
There's evidence of chafing.
You'll learn about big engine repair and principles of flight to prepare for the high-paying, high-flying aviation industry.
Make sure this is secure.
Find your path in an automotive and aviation technology program of choice at Dunbar High Aviation Technology Program or Polytechnic Automotive Technology Experience.
They need to blow it out.
Learn more at fwisd.org/choice or call 817-814-2580. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all our social media.
Hey there, guys. I'm here with one of Fort Worth ISD school board members. So, how does Whiz Quiz benefit the district?
It's amazing the hard work that all the teachers do and engage other students to them to serve as role models to other students.
Well, that is amazing. And how do you really feel that this creates a better generation for the future?
Read to win, we want all students to read and to continue to read. That way they are a genius.
Well, that's incredible. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, we have our winner of the second semifinal matchup, and And here to tell you are Jeff Jameson and David Sines. Take it away.
Okay, thank you. It was a great match. Thank you guys so much. All your hard work and everyone supporting you out in the audience. In the end, the score is 7:30 to 1:30, and I want to hand it over to 7:10 to 1:30. I want to hand it over to David Sines. Tell us about who won and who gets the other trophy. 7:10 to 170.
It was 7:10 to 170. There you go. Well, congratulations, Pascal. We'll see you guys in a few minutes. Arlington Heights, congratulations on another great season, and we hope to see you back here again next year, which we probably will. Mr. Romanos, I'm sure you're pretty proud of all of them, aren't you?
We are.
Very good. Well, congratulations, Arlington Heights. Pascal, go get ready for your next match. Back to our host.
Congratulations, Pascal. While we set up for the championship match, you get to sit back and enjoy some great jazz music from Southwest High School. See you in a few minutes.
More than 87,000 students, each one unique. Are you looking for a high school education as individual as you are? Then keep watching. Some notable graduates of Fort Worth ISD are with me in the studio to tell you about Gold Seal programs and schools of choice. The next 3 minutes could change your life.
Gold Seal is all about finding the pathway that matches your interests, your skills, and your goals. Gold Seal categories, where do I start? There's engineering, aviation technology, early college, high school, broadcast journalism, culinary arts. Jeff, help me out.
There's health science, world languages, fine arts, government and law, digital gaming, and more. A lot more. Something for everyone.
And something really special with on-the-job, real-world learning, classes taught on college campuses, and opportunities for internships, licenses, certifications, and college credits. Lots of college credits.
A great example, early college high schools. These programs give you the opportunity to graduate with a high school diploma and your associate degree, tuition free.
And you can earn college credits several ways, depending on the program you choose. However you do it, you can potentially save thousands of dollars in college costs.
And if you need to work to pay for college, Gold Seal programs are really golden. Take the aviation technology program. Students can earn hours toward their airframe mechanic certification and college credits all at the same time.
Why is this a big deal? Think about it. Wouldn't you rather have a job that pays about $18 an hour instead of $8?
You know, I really see the Gold Seal program as a pipeline. I would, though, I'm an engineer. But they really are a pipeline to supply companies with a well-prepared workforce.
If you're interested in the engineering pipeline, there are several great Gold Seal programs to choose from. Programs that emphasize advanced academics, especially math and science.
Among them, our new I Am Terrell Academy for STEM and Visual and Performing Arts. That's a learning opportunity at the highest level.
Bottom line, the pathway you choose will engage you, challenge you, and give you a head start on your bright future.
My pathway? Broadcast journalism and media technology. That was me a few years ago, telling you how my Gold Seal program helped me get a great college scholarship. Now I can say that right out of college, I got a great job too. I'm a major market TV news photojournalist.
The district also has 2 outstanding single-gender schools. That's me, going into the Young Women's Leadership Academy as an 8th grader. The support I received from the YWLA staff and students was awesome. Now I'm here at Texas A&M, where I'm majoring in political science.
We go to YMLA. That's the Young Men's Leadership Academy.
Oh wow, that was 7th grade. And now we're in high school, still loving YMLA.
And learning all we need for success.
I want to be a pediatric heart surgeon. I remember how excited I was starting out at TAPS, the Texas Academy of Biomedical Sciences. Now I'm living my dream as a college student here at the University of North Texas, majoring in biology and about to apply to grad school.
What's your dream career? What problem do you want to help solve? We've got a Gold Seal program to get you there. It's your choice. Learn more at fwisd.org/choice or call 817-814-2580. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all our social media.
We are down to two teams, Benbrook and Pascal. And still jazzing it up between the rounds, the Southwest High School Jazz Band. There we are. And getting lots of real-world learning, advanced media students from Southwest High School. We're all over the place, behind the camera and in front. Now the action really kicks in. Are you guys ready to play some Whiz Quiz? Yeah! Yeah? Yeah! Then let's go!
Are you guys ready to win? Yeah! Well, let's play then.
Take it away, Jeff.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, contestants, it's time for Whiz Quiz.
McLean.
A gram.
Correct. All right, way to go, guys. The end of round 4.
Hey guys, welcome to the Fort Worth ISD Whiz Quiz in its 40th year. I'm Jacob Wells, your host for the high school finals. Facing off for the championship are Benbrook and Pascal. It's going to be great, especially with this person asking the questions. CBS 11 meteorologist Jeff Jameson. Jeff, get us going on round 1.
All right, thanks, Jacob, so much. Here we go with round 1 of our finals. Congratulations to Pascal and Benbrook Middle. We are going to be Middle High. We're going to be looking at a really fun match here, I know, with good questions that most of you are going to know the answer to because you're just that smart. I want to introduce again the folks here at the table. To my left, David Sines, who's the District Executive Director of College and Career Readiness. He's our arbitrator tonight. Norma Burks is here with us, District Coordinator of UIL and Academic Activities and our Whiz Quiz Director. Jason Martinez is an instructor at Carter Riverside. He's here keeping time for us as usual. And then in front of us is Allison Tavera, who's a student at Carter Riverside, and she's going to help clear the buzzers for us. Thank you, Allison, for doing that. Before we get started, we'll once again have the opportunity for you to introduce yourselves to everybody. So we'll start with Benbrook Middle High and work our way down.
Luke Rodman.
Alejandra Arevalo.
My name is Logan and I like broccoli.
All right.
Connor McAdam. That's good. My name is Jacob Coffey, and my favorite meteorologist remains Jeff Jameson.
And it still didn't get you any points.
I'm Jason Ginther, and my favorite meteorologist is Al Roker.
Okay. That takes away 10 points, actually.
My name is Joseph Reitman, and my favorite meteorologist is Jeff Jameson.
Hey.
Kelly Briggs, and I like Jeff Jameson too.
Hey, look, it's just a love fest here. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. All right, well, this is a toss-up round, as you know, so each question is worth 10 points. And if you guys are ready, we'll get started. Here is our first question in our final round. In July 2017, the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights claimed to have confirmed the death of Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, the leader of what terrorist group?
ISIS.
That's right, ISIS. What quantity, which is paradoxically infinite for Gabriel's horn, equals 4 pi, Benbrook Middle?
Surface area?
Area, yeah, that's right. Excess testosterone is a common factor in what adolescent skin condition? Pascal.
Acne.
Correct. What monarch, whose Rococo summer palace was called Sanssouci, inspired Bach's musical offering, and was a king of Prussia, nicknamed the Great?
Frederick.
That's correct. And what city's nickname is the... Sorry, let me start again. What city's nickname as the City of Big Shoulders appears in a Carl Sandburg poem? Benbrook.
Detroit?
No? Pascal?
New York City.
No, looking for Chicago. Chicago, Illinois. All right, next. What character who wins $115 million in a poker game against La Chifra earns his license to kill? Pascal.
James Bond.
Correct. What president whose administration was marred by the whiskey ring scandal and was a Union general? Pascal.
Ulysses S. Grant.
Correct. All right, next is a computation, so pencil and paper ready. What integer equals the tangent of 135 degrees? Benbrook.
1?
No?
Oh.
Pascal?
0.
No, looking for -1 or -1. All right, next question. What abstract data structure uses operations called push and pop to add and remove elements in an order called LIFO, or last in? Pascal.
Stack.
Correct. Which leader did Rodrigo Duterte criticize, saying that his chubby face looks kind, but if he commits a mistake, the Far East will become an arid land? Pascal.
Kim Jong-un.
Correct. All right, next. What novel framed by letters to and from the Arctic explorer Robert Walton? Pascal.
Frankenstein.
Correct. What city center is marked by the Cathedral of the Intercession of the Most Holy Theotokos on the Moat, commonly called St. Basil's Cathedral? Benbrook.
Vatican City?
No?
Oh, crap.
Pascal.
Moscow.
Correct. Haridus and Porsus are two species of what dinosaur genus, which may be an immature form of Torosaurus and has a name meaning three-horned face? Benbrook.
Triceratops?
Correct. The Roma Diana was the equivalent of what chaste Greek goddess? Pascal.
Artemis.
Correct. Next, what president, under whom Henry Dearborn served for 8 years as Secretary of War, had George Clinton as his second vice president? Pascal.
Nixon.
No? Time. Go ahead.
Cleveland?
No, looking for Thomas Jefferson. All right, next question. What novel in which Bonnie dies in a horse riding accident ends with Rhett Butler leaving Scarlett O'Hara and was written? Pascal.
Where the Wind Blows?
Nope. Benbrook?
Wind?
Yes, that's right. Right, next up. CFCs depletes what allotrope of oxygen that absorbs? Benbrook?
Ozone?
Correct. Next. Great Bear Lake and Great Slave Lake are both found in what country? Pascal.
Canada.
Correct. What title, whose final native holder was Llewellyn the Last, was claimed by Owen Glendir? and is now held by the heir apparent to the British throne? Pascal.
Prince of Wales.
Correct. And our last question, what kind of drug, such as lidocaine and ether, reversibly blocks sensations? Benbrook.
Anesthesia.
Correct. And that is the end of round one. Good job, guys. Yeah, we can applaud that. That's good. We'll be back with round number two coming in just a bit. Jacob, back to you.
Thanks, Jeff. That was very impressive. You'll also like what you see in the break. Highlights of our Gold Seal programs and schools of choice. Take a look.
If you dream of owning or running a business one day, get started now in a Business and Marketing Gold Seal program of choice.
You could also increase the size of it.
Learn the important principles of business through projects and real-world experiences.
Let's see what we think might sell.
Like, you see kind of like that one right there.
Draw up marketing plans and sales strategies and put them to the test.
What do you think, Daniel?
I think you should go over there.
It's a perfect fit for young entrepreneurs.
We have roughly around 40.
Improve presentation skills, design business plans,
Show me the plan.
and learn how to close the sale.
Thank you for stopping with.
Find the business and marketing program that's right for you at Benbrook Entrepreneur Student Training, and Trimble Technical Retail Entrepreneurship.
Somebody tell me what's McDonald's slogan?
Learn more at fwisd.org/choice or call 817-814-2580. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all our social media.
That's the always entertaining Southwest Jazz Band under the direction of Mr. Adam Kramer. Let's give him a hand. Welcome back to Whiz Quiz, the sport of knowledge. Our teams are all ready for round two, so take it away, Jeff.
Okay, thank you, Jacob, so much. We're about to start round two. The score is 120-50 in favor of Pascal right now. And round two is another toss-up round. We also have bonus questions that can add another 40 points to your score. So let's introduce some new players. If you have joined us for this round, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Julia Hunnell.
Okay.
Bryce Raspberry.
I'm Alex Oglesby, and I pledge my undying loyalty to Jeff Jameson.
Wow.
Aaron Turner. I don't watch the weather that much.
I appreciate the honesty.
I'm Aiden Koser, and I love Jeff Jameson.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. A lot of love there. All right, we are going to start round two. Again, toss-up rounds. And so here we go, if you're ready. First question. What Dashiell Hammett novel revolves around a black avian statuette? Benbrook.
Raven.
No. Pascal?
Glass Menagerie.
No, the Maltese Falcon. Okay. Next is a computation, so get the pencil and paper ready to go. What is the only prime number between the primes 53 and 61? Benbrook.
59.
Correct. So Benbrook, you'll get the first go at our bonus questions. Who is team captain? Okay. Here we go with the first one. What particles can form a plasma with gluons with gluons to combine to form hadrons and come in the 6 flavors up, down, charm, strange, top, and bottom?
Quarks.
Correct. What group of flowering plants have one made taproot? Leaves with branching veins, flower parts in groups of 4 or 5, and 2 seed leaves.
Die.
No. You can have that question. Pascal, what group of flowering plants have one main taproot, leaves with branching veins, flower parts in groups of 4 or 5, and 2 seed leaves?
Eudicots.
No, it's dicots. Dicots. All right, next we go back to our toss-up questions. If you guys are both teams ready. What god tried to flee in the form of a salmon, but was imprisoned under a venom-dripping snake after arranging the death of Balder in Norse mythology? Benbrook.
Loki.
Correct. So Benbrook again gets go at our bonus questions. Here's your first bonus question. What battle at which Miles Keogh died while fighting the 7th Cavalry Regiment was a battle of the Great Sioux War known as Custer's Last Stand?
Bull Run.
No. Pascal, what battle at which Miles Keogh died while fighting the 7th Cavalry Regiment was a battle of the Great Sioux War known as Custer's Last Stand?
Little Bighorn.
Correct. All right. Back to our toss-up questions for both teams. What macromolecules, which can be modeled as freely jointed chains, include bakelite, neoprene, polystyrene, and consist of multiple monomers? Pascal.
Carbohydrates.
No. Benbrook.
Polymers.
That is correct. Polymers. And so, Benbrook, back to our bonus questions for you guys. Here's your first one. What state, whose Yucca House National Monument was a site of the Pueblo people, is also home to Chimney Rock and has a flagship university in Boulder?
Colorado.
Correct. What state, which is home to far-right Congressman Steve King and Senators Chuck Grassley and Joni Ernst, is the site of the U.S.'s first caucuses?
New Hampshire.
No. What state, which is home to far-right Congressman Steve King and Senators Grassley and Ernst, is the site of the U.S.'s first caucuses?
Iowa.
Correct, Iowa. All right, back to our toss-up questions for both teams. What painter of Hotel Lobby depicted 2 women conversing in a cafe in Chop Suey and a cigar advertisement outside a diner in Nighthawks? Pascal.
Thomas?
No.
Oh my gosh, I know this guy.
Time. The answer is Edward Hopper. All right, next question. What title character declares "so sweet was ne'er so fatal" before murdering his wife Desdemona in a Shakespearean tragedy? Pascal.
Othello.
Correct. Othello is right, and Pascal, you'll get our last series here of bonus questions. And who's, okay, great. Here's our first question. What character befriends little Eva before being sold to Eva's father, Augustine St. Clair, in Harriet Beecher's Stowe novel named after his cabin?
Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Correct. What novel, whose protagonist meets a journalist named Kharkov at a restaurant, depicts the Spanish Civil War and is by Ernest Hemingway?
Farewell to Arms.
No. Benbrook, what novel, whose protagonist meets a journalist named Kharkov at a restaurant, depicts the Spanish Civil War and is by Ernest Hemingway? Time. For Whom the Bell Tolls is the answer. All right, that's the end of round 2, guys. Congratulations. Headed to round 3 in just a bit. Let's go back up to Jacob.
Thanks, Jeff. Now we'll take a short break.
Technical goes beyond the high school experience. It's the place to get a great start on career, college, and your specific life goals. Students here experience all kinds of careers firsthand.
Turn it this way.
Whether it's shooting photographs like a professional, applying the basics for running a business, training in emergency response, or much more. With 19 different pathways, you're sure to discover the direction that's right for you.
You can see a picture of
You can earn college credit and certifications while getting hands-on experience, often through exciting community partnerships.
What are some of the issues that you see here?
If it's relevant, real-world learning you want, it doesn't get more real than Trimble Tech, a Gold Seal school of choice.
Sometimes it gets tight, you have to actually put more forth.
Learn more at fwisd.org/choice or call 817-814-2580. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all our social media.
Thanks, band. And now more Whiz Quiz. Jeff?
All right, thanks so much, Jacob. We are starting round 3 here in just a bit. Before we do that, again, we'll update everybody on the score. 100 to 160 in favor of Pascal right now, so a pretty close match underway. If we have any substitutions on either team, we'll start with Ben Brook. Can you introduce yourself before we start round 3?
Jacob Parker.
Okay.
Michael Fowler.
Okay.
Aiden Farrell.
Okay. Well, welcome new players, and let's get ready for round 3, which is our lightning round. So 10 points for each question. You get 4 categories to choose from. We'll start with Ben Brook, since you are trailing at this point. And let me tell you the categories: celestial objects, sculpture, world currencies, or animals.
Okay, celestial, world currencies.
World currencies, okay. Here we go. What currency is used by the following? Russia.
What? Rubles?
Correct. South Africa.
African?
No. India.
Rupee?
Correct. Portugal.
Dinero?
No. Turkey.
Pass?
Japan.
Yen?
Correct. Mexico.
Peso?
Iraq.
Pass?
Brazil.
Bolivar?
No. Switzerland.
Franc?
Correct. Okay, there are 5 that, Pascal, you can pick up. South Africa.
The Rand?
Correct. India. Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. Portugal.
The Euro?
Correct. Turkey.
The Turkish dollar?
No, the lira. The lira.
Oh, right.
Iraq.
The Iraqi dollar?
Close. Dinar. The Iraq dinar. And Brazil.
The Real?
Correct. All right. So Pascal, you get to choose from the other 3. We have animals, sculpture, and celestial objects.
We'll take celestial objects, Jeff.
Okay. You're going to name these objects in outer space. Dark nebula in Orion named for an animal's body part.
A horse head.
Correct. Largest moon of Saturn.
Titan.
Correct. Comet visible from Earth every 74 to 79
Halley's Comet.
Correct. Largest object in the asteroid belt.
Ceres.
Correct. Planet whose perihelion precession was explained by general relativity.
Uranus.
No. Star nicknamed the Dog Star.
Sirius.
Yeah, Sirius.
Correct. Constellation representing a swan.
Oh, Cygnus.
Correct. Nearest spiral galaxy to the Milky Way.
The Andromeda.
Correct. The galaxy group that includes the Milky Way.
Yeah, the local group.
Correct. Largest moon of Neptune whose crust is mostly water ice.
Is that Ganymede?
No. All right, so there are two that you guys can pick up at Benbrook. The first one is planet whose perihelion precession was explained by general relativity.
Mars?
No, looking for Mercury. And then largest moon of Neptune whose crust is mostly water ice.
Triton?
Correct. All right. All right, Benbrook, two more categories to go, sculpture and animals.
Animals?
All right? You're going to name these fictional animals. All right, animal known as some pig in Charlotte's Web.
Wilbur?
Correct. Huey, Dewey, and Louie are the nephews of this cartoon character.
Donald Duck?
Correct. Lion, who is a title character of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Aslan?
Correct. Pig, who is Napoleon's chief rival in Animal Farm.
Sir Bacon?
No. Dog, who is the protagonist of The Call of the Wild.
Pass.
Character who owns a namesake hall in The Wind and the Willows.
Pass.
A hamster named Penfold assists this rodent's secret agent.
Pass.
Cat with a name from the Old Testament in The Master and Margarita.
Time.
Can I answer that one?
Nope.
No, you can't answer that one, but that one is available to you guys over here at Pascal. There are 5. So Pig, who is Napoleon's chief rival in Animal Farm.
Snowball.
Correct. Dog, who is the protagonist of The Call of the Wild.
Fang.
No, Buck.
Buck.
Character who owns a namesake hall in The Wind and the Willows.
The Iraqi dollar.
Just going to keep going back to that one, huh? Toad.
Okay.
A hamster named Penfold assists this rodent secret agent.
Stuart Little.
Danger Mouse.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Cat with a name from the Old Testament in the Master and Margarita.
Cat the Old Testament. Ruth.
No. Behemoth. All right. So our last category, Pascal, for you is sculpture. If you guys are ready, you're going to name the subjects of famous sculptures. Subject of an armless Greek statue named after the Isle of Milos.
Venus.
Correct. Mythical priest attacked by snakes along with his sons in a namesake group.
The Argonauts? The Argonauts.
No. Michelangelo sculpted him holding a sling.
David.
Correct. God who holds the infant Dionysus in a Praxiteles work.
Yeah. Aphrodite. No, we don't need to be. Aphrodite. Sorry.
No. Egyptian queen whose bust is attributed to Thutmose?
Yeah, Cleopatra.
No. Stands atop Corcovado mountain overlooking Rio de Janeiro?
Christ the Redeemer.
Correct. Sits on a chair in a sculpture by Daniel Chester French?
Time.
Okay. So we have 4 that you guys can pick up over in Binbrook. Mythical priest attacked by snakes along with his sons in a namesake group.
Time.
Laocoon. God who holds the infant Dionysus in a Priscilles work.
Zeus.
No, Hermes. Egyptian queen whose bust is attributed to Thutmose.
Time.
Nefertiti. And then sits on a chair in a sculpture by Daniel Chester French.
Abraham Lincoln.
Correct. All right, good job, guys. That's the end of round 3. Take a big breath and come back for round 4 in just a bit. Let's go back up to Jacob.
Man, that was some fast thinking, and there's more to come, so stick around. Thanks again, band. Amazing as always. Well, that'll take us to round 4. Jeff, all yours.
Okay, this is our exciting conclusion to this match. And right now, before we get to round 4, the score is 310 to 200 in favor of Pascal right now. But with the questions being worth 20 points in this round, it's still anyone's match. Are there any new players that need to be introduced for either team? We'll go ahead and do that now.
Ben Goldblatt.
Okay.
Monty Martin.
All right. Everyone else has been up. Okay. Well, if everyone's ready, we will get started here with this toss-up round, final round of our match. And the first question: from what language descended from High German and spoken primarily by Ashkenazi Jews? Pascal. Yiddish is right. Materials with what property spontaneously divide into regions called domains below the Minbrook?
Ferromagnetic.
Correct. What country which the UN declared in February 2017 to be suffering from famine has been led by Salva Kiir since gaining independence in 2011? Pascal.
South Sudan.
Correct. What American composer popularized ragtime in the early 20th century? Binbrook.
Gershwin.
No.
Oh.
With pieces such as The Entertainer and the Maple Leaf Rag.
Time.
Scott Joplin. All right, next. What city is the setting of both Al-Awanzi's The Utopian Building and a trilogy of novels by Naguib Mahfouz, beginning with Palace Walk? Pascal.
Jerusalem.
No. Benbrook?
Vienna.
Cairo. Looking for Cairo. Right. Richard Rorty and Charles Sanders Peirce were proponents of what school of philosophy centered on the practicality of ideas? Benbrook.
Utilitarianism.
No. Pascal?
Montessori.
No. Pragmatism. What man's 1948 assassination at the hands of the Hindu nationalist Pascal?
Gandhi.
Correct. What Asian island, whose cities include Surabaya and Bantung, is the world's most populous island? Pascal.
Java.
Correct. What composer wrote the opera The Golden Cockerel, was inspired by the Arabian Nights to write Scheherazade, and wrote Pascal?
Enough.
No. And wrote Flight of the Bumblebee? Benbrook.
Schubert.
No. Rimsky-Korsakov. All right, next. What man, whose first wife was Khadija, fled to Medina in 622, an event? Pascal.
Muhammad.
Correct. What character who acts apathetic at his mother's funeral is imprisoned after shooting an Arab on a beach in Albert Camus' The Stranger? Benbrook.
Oh, crap. I forgot his name. Marcus.
No.
Time.
Meursault. The Chicago Boys were advisors to what right-wing ruler?
Pinochet.
Pascal.
Pinochet.
Correct. What principle from quantum mechanics states a fundamental limitation in the measurement of complementary variables such as position? Benbrook.
Uncertainty principle.
Correct. What river, whose tributaries include the Benue River, flows past Bamako, and shares its name with a West African country whose capital? Pascal.
Congo.
No. Benbrook.
Niger.
Correct. What opera in which Ping, Pong, and Pang tried to bribe Prince Kauf features the aria Nessun Dorma and was left unfinished by Giacomo Puccini? Pascal.
Turandot.
Correct. Next, what group of citizens secured rights through the 12 tables as a result of their secessions? Pascal.
The plebeians.
Correct. What rule of quantum chemistry states that the lowest energy electronic configuration will have the greatest value of spin multiplicity? Pascal.
Resting state.
No.
Time.
Hund's rule. All right, next. South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley appointed what Republican to the U.S. Senate to replace Pascal?
Tim Scott.
Correct. A line from Paul Laurence Dunbar's poem Sympathy titles what 1969 book about the early life of poet Maya Angelou? Pascal?
For Whom the Caged Bird Sings.
Nope. Benbrook.
I know the caged bird sings.
Very close, you were around it. It was, I know why the caged bird sings. All right. And our next question. What Puritan woman who was exiled from the Massachusetts Bay Colony after undergoing a 1637 trial for heresy later settled in Rhode Island? Benbrook.
Bradstreet.
No. Time. Anne Hutchinson. And that is the end of round 4 and our match. Way to go, guys. Very good job. We're going to see what the final score is coming up in a bit. Let's go back up to Jacob.
Thank you, Jeff. And while they're adding up the scores, we'll take a short break.
What is the maximum gravitational potential energy of your rocket? My wife and I just moved down to Texas, right? So I didn't really know anybody here. How heavy is the top of the rocket compared to the bottom?
Pretty light.
The new teacher induction program is fantastic. I have a mentor from there. I have a mentor at my local school. Calculate the potential energy of the rockets due to gravity. Looks good. They have these events for us. They're really great. So it was a really large help to just meet some teachers who've had experience and give me a leg up on different techniques to help manage the classroom. Awesome work. We're gonna go outside and launch some rockets. Sound good? Okay, stand back. Oh, it's bubbling, hold on. Maybe not. We're gonna need more vinegar and baking soda. Sometimes when you do an experiment, it doesn't come out the way you want, and that's okay because you learn something from it. Then you can do the experiment again. Okay, it's all in. Cork. Oh! Maybe get it right, maybe it goes wrong again, maybe you learn something else.
You try the vinegar, baking soda?
Yes, one exploded on me, that's okay.
Really?
Oh, my campus mentor is great, and just giving me the support I need where it's like, wow, I got to do this, and I got to get this lesson done, and I got to do this, how am I going to manage all that? And she's been great, and just, yeah, makes sense. To make it very manageable.
Can you count your money for me? Math and science is a great class to teach because we get to do a lot of hands-on activities. 25, 30, 35. Kind of get our hands dirty sometimes. Awesome. All right, let's look at it. Can you explain it to me? The light bulb moments are kind of my favorite. As they're understanding the concepts, you can hear them start teaching each other. Carlos?
You're gonna line up the decimals.
Okay. I've known I wanted to teach here since I was like 10. How did you know to subtract? There is a lot to absorb as a first-year teacher. At first it can kind of be overwhelming. All right, let's quickly get it together. I have a fantastic team. There's lots of opportunities to reach out to people, whether it's a new teacher induction specialist or a campus mentor or even your teammate. My new teacher induction specialist is Miss Erica Carranza. She'll come and observe and kind of give feedback and say these are the areas you can work on or these are the areas you're excelling in, which is always super appreciated. I would love for my students to leave my classroom not only with the knowledge and skills academically, but also with the confidence to be able to speak in front of a classroom.
$7,000.
As well as collaborating with peers and adults.
You have 52.
I love it. Good job, guys.
I'm here with Ben Brooks' principal, and he's wanting to say a few words for his school. So, of course, Ben Brook has had a wonderful season. So, what message would you like to give them?
Well, one, that I'm super proud of all their work. I know they worked very hard. They are certainly a credit to their school, and we'll get you next year, Pascal.
Well, with that, it is time to reveal who won the final match. So the winner of Fort Worth ISD's 40th anniversary of Whiz Quiz is, drum roll please.
Here we go. Suspense.
All right. Going to be announced by Mr. Jeff Jameson and David Stein. So here it is.
Jacob really knows how to string a crowd along. Thank you, sir. 490 to 260 was our final score. It was a really great match. Enjoyed it very much, and as you were saying, both teams, just such a credit to the respective schools and all the work that's been put in, and everyone here, friends and family that have helped them along the way. So congratulations to Paschal, who has won tonight in the finals. You can applaud that if you want. And I'm going to hand it over to David Sines, who's going to give us the trophies.
Very good. Thank you. First of all, let's give both teams a round of applause. All four teams, actually, a round of applause. I know this was a bit of a rematch. Benbrook, great season. Mr. Pendleton, great season with you and your students. You guys represented well. Hope to see you back next year and give it another shot. Congratulations. Second place, Benbrook Middle High School. And the 40th Whiz Quiz District Champions, Paschal. Congratulations, Paschal. Keep up the great work, and we'll see you again next year, hopefully. Back to Jacob.
Thanks, guys, and congratulations, Paschal. For all of us at Fort Worth ISD, thank you for supporting our students. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and all of our social media. Good night. Take it away, band.
Thank you.